Hey everyone, this is Xet and welcome to my weekly finds video. I want to start off this week with something really special. It's special to me because this is an item in Games TM magazine that's all about a part of my collection. If you have the magazine, you've probably read it. I don't know if you've recognized me, but this guy over here, the ugly dude, that's me. And this is an item about the PlayStation commemorative discs. They contacted me about something special in my collection, and this is what it ended up being. So a nice 2-page spread all about the commemorative discs and a part of my collection. So I'm really honored to be in this big magazine, and yeah, it's definitely something for to show my kids later. So then let's get to the items of this week. It was a busy week, and as I said before, I expect the big press kit deal to go to complete one of these days, so expect more videos this week. So starting with Metal Gear Solid HD collection for the PS3. Mint, sealed, keeping it sealed because I don't have time to play this, and honestly I really love the Metal Gear series, but I am not gonna play Metal Gear 3 again. I hated that game. I know people will hate me for saying that, but I love Metal Gear 1, I love Metal Gear 2, I love Metal Gear 4, I hate Metal Gear 3. I sucked so bad at that game. But I'm definitely happy with this collector's edition. So this time I'm going to show you the stuff that's going to go in my collection first, and then the stuff that's going to be for sale. So first up, Shining in the Darkness for the Mega Drive. It's not in good condition, so this is just a copy until I get a better one. Then some Super Nintendo stuff. Rock and Roll Racing. This is actually made by Blizzard when they were still called, let's see if it's on the box here somewhere, something with Brain, Silicon and Synapse. That was the original name for Blizzard. Really cool game with some nice metal tunes in a MIDI format. Then Super Double Dragon and Final Fight, all NTSC by the way. A bunch of PlayStation books that I picked up in one haul. Code Book 1, Code Book 2, and some more code books. They're just to add to my guide collection. They're the Dutch versions. They're not really special, but as a PlayStation geek you need that kind of stuff. Then some Game Boy games. It's been a while since I've bought complete Game Boy games, but these were so nice that I couldn't pass on them. Gradius Interstellar Assault. These are all complete and in absolute brilliant condition. Nemesis, also a shoot 'em up game by Konami. And the last one, definitely the best one, Castlevania Adventure. I love Castlevania games, so that's definitely a nice gem for my Game Boy collection. One PC game this week, but it's a special one. It's Police Quest 2 by Sierra. It's from the famous Quest series. They had a lot of Quest games those days, and the thing I love most about this game is the nostalgia of these 5.25-inch floppies, the wobbly floppies. I just love these things, and finding a complete PC game with those kind of floppies is actually really hard. You don't see those every day. More SNES stuff. Big Box Metroid. I've been after this for a while, and I kind of regret not buying it earlier. I remember when I started collecting, these were going for about 35–40 euros in mint condition, and nowadays they go for at least double. So I thought, well, I still need it. I want it bad because it's a great game, so let's buy it now before it gets even more expensive. Box is not super because it has some damage on one of the tabs here. This is broken, but yeah, for the moment it's gonna do. Big guide in there, but I'm happy with this. This is my 5th big box SNES game, and I thought there were only like a bunch of 8 different, but I found out there's at least 12. So the last 3 items for my collection, no, it's actually 4, and yeah, you can see now what it is already, so you know which is the big bang of this week in there. But actually, this one is also really rare. I know probably most of you are not mask collectors, but T-Bob, this is an item from the series. got only released in this little box in the UK. So it's quite rare. Normally you see it mint on a card, or I mean on a card. This is definitely one of the rarest mask items. Then Donkey Kong 2 Game & Watch, complete in the box. I bought this, I saw the condition, but when I opened it, the closing lip of the console is broken off. So I'm definitely not happy with that. I didn't pay a huge premium for it, so it's not that bad, but still, condition is very important to me. The box is so in okay condition, but yeah, with something this old, that's doable, but the lip is broken off, and I'm really bummed with that. So I'm gonna look for a replacement console. And then the bomb of the week, Mega Man X2 PAL complete. This is an absolute horror to find. Even worse is X3, but X2 is definitely hard to find. It's in great condition, complete, and who doesn't love the Mega Man games? Great game. Then Super Star Wars 5. I still need Super Star Wars, and then I have the complete Super Star Wars set. Cool games, and I just want to have the complete set for them. So that was all the stuff that's going in my collection. Now the stuff that came either out of my collection because I cleaned up this week, or that I got in new. So these PlayStation games are all out of my collection. I cleaned up, had a lot of doubles, or games that I had both sealed and unsealed, and only kept the sealed one or the unsealed one depending on the game. Space Invaders Anniversary sealed. Street Boys from 505 Game Street, keeping the sealed copy because this is not a game I want to play. Tengai, Soul Divide, Soccer Life, which is actually quite hard to find. This is some soccer simulation game. Sylphied, Homura, which is a really cool shoot 'em up game. And last one, Demolition Girl, which is for the guys with a giant fetish. A giant girl fetish, that is. Let's see what's next. Then we have a pile of stuff. Just gonna pile it up here. Copy of Metal Gear Solid. Final Fantasy Tactics. Not a Final Fantasy Tactics, the remake for the PSP with extra cinematics. This is definitely my favorite strategic RPG of all time. Great game. Wild Arms 5. Then something that came out of my collection as well. Zelda Ocarina of Time Collector's Edition, but this is the NTSC version. And I decided I don't need NTSC stuff if there's a PAL copy, so this has to go. Chuck Rock. This is Spider-Man versus Arcade. No, Spider-Man X-Men versus Arcade's Revenge. And Super WrestleMania. Look at Hulk Hogan. Whoa. Whoa. That guy's crazy. So, then another pile. Yeah, I got in a lot this week. Super Mario Kart. Cooler World. Front Mission 3. Guardians Crusade. Then some complete NES games. Wait, there's more complete games. Art of Fighting, this is SNES by the way. Then NES, Simon's Quest, so that's Castlevania 2. Without the hang tab, this is not the hang tab version. Tennis, hang tab version. Kung Fu, hang tab version. Blaster Master. Probotector 2, Return of the Evil Forces, really cool game. That's Super Contra, but then the PAL version. Star Wars, another Castlevania 2, and the greatest game of all time, Bayou Billy. You know I was joking, right? Then some more random stuff. Mermaids of Atlantis, the Riddle of the Magic Bubble. Yeah. And then something cool. Zelda's Adventure for the CDI. Complete, mint condition, damn rare. But the good thing is, I'm Dutch, and in Holland these can be found, easily is not the right word, but it's not very difficult to find them. Finding these in America, you'd spend your lifetime without finding one, but in the Netherlands I see them once a month, I think. Then, some older stuff. This is a NES game. This is an, oh, let's put it a bit to the right, automatic data recorder for the MSX. I'm not into MSX or any of the pre-Atari consoles, so I'm not quite sure what you did with this thing. I think as I remember it from a very early childhood. This is to record games that they put out on the radio. There were radio shows that actually, if you recorded them, they were just noise, but if you recorded them, it was a game on your tape. So this is actually quite mint, complete in box, comes with the styro, etc. Still brand new. I just picked this up cheap and wonder if it's worth anything. Then some other really old stuff. To the right here you have a lot of inlays, overlays, manuals to the Vectrex cartridges I got over here. Let's see, Hyper Chase, Armor Attack, Soccer Football, Flipper Pinball, that's like two cartridges that have double names, and this is Berserk, which is actually a great game I hear. Never played it. A spare Vectrex controller, and it's actually 100% working. That's the problem with the Vectrex, the controller is often broken. I'm not going to show you all these games separate because it's just too much and they're not very interesting to me. To the right you see C64, so that's Commodore 64 games, Last Ninja 3, Dragon's Lair, High Frontier, Bart vs. Space Mutants, Hanna-Barbera. Then we have some MSX games like River Raid, Punchy, etc. And all these are Atari home computer games. I got these all in one bunch, quite cheap. Not sure if they're worth anything, but I wanted to try it out. Then some loose SNES games. Super Mario World 2, Donkey Kong Country, Mario World 1, Goof Troop, Mickey Mania, and some more. Tiny Toons, Addams Family, Yogi Bear, and the Smurfs. It's often on the when you buy lots of games, like I don't mean lots of games, but a lot of games. You often see that the games are like in one kind of setting. If there's kiddie games, it's all kids games. If there's RPGs, it's usually all RPGs or all action games, etc. People tend to buy the same kind of games, and if it's sports games, you're fucked. Then the last item for this week, need to do some digging before I get to it. It's huge, it's heavy, and it's awesome. It's a Vectrex bag. So this was a portable console. It has the screen in it, so yeah, you can take it to a friend, but it's a heavy beast. But this is actually a Vectrex carrying bag. Has slots for games, etc. When you open it up, this is the Vectrex console. When you take it out, this is still in great working condition. Tested it out yesterday, and actually I like it. It's a great little console. Well, actually it's not little, it's quite a big thing. But it's one of the better, really old consoles in my opinion, because it has a distinct kind of feel and sense to it, because it has such special vector graphics. So when we see inside the bag, you see all kinds of slots here. Here you can put cartridges and other stuff, extra controller over here, and there's the manuals in the bottom. So that was it for this week. If you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to check out my top 5 collection items video. I've got a bunch of video replies at the moment, and they're really worth watching. And if you can, please reply with your own top 5 in a video response. So thanks for watching, see you next time, and in the meantime, take care. Bye bye.